Hello, my name is Annie, and I'm an ENFP. That's right, I'm not an INFJ. I was recently typed in the objective personality system as an ENFP. If you're not familiar with objective personality, this might not make a whole lot of sense to you, but I will put a link in the description. Objective personality is really cool. Check it out. And also, if you're not familiar with objective personality, but you are familiar with Myers-Briggs and you've watched some of my videos, you might think that I'm not an ENFP. And that's understandable because I really don't seem like one. I really seem like an IJ. I'm very rigid, very habitual, controlling, attached to my routine. I don't like new things, new situations. I seem very much like an IJ. I've got that kind of IJ rigidness about me. And many of the students in the objective personality typing class in the study group, they looked at my typing video and most of them typed me as an IJ. And that makes sense. Dave and Shan of objective personality did a really good job explaining to me why I seem like an IJ. I seem like an INFJ in the Myers-Briggs typing system. I have always typed as an INFJ, and Dave told me that I would type as an INFJ in that system because it's only typing to 16. The objective personality system has a lot more variation. It's typing to 512. So you may have noticed if you have 10 INFJs or 10 ENFPs or whatever type that they can all be really different. And that's because 16 is really too narrow. There's a lot more variation and there's some weird stuff that can go on with functions. You know, for example, when I thought that I was an INFJ, nothing else really fit better than that. But I knew that I was self-above tribe, and I knew that I was missing FE. Now, in the Myers-Briggs system, that's not possible. There's no such thing as an INFJ without FE, but I knew that I didn't have it. So when I heard an interview, it was actually on the Frank James podcast, Frank James interviewing Dave, Superpowers of Objective Personality, they were talking about Jerry Seinfeld and how he's an INFJ, but he doesn't have FE. He's something that's called a jumper in the Objective Personality system. So he actually is NITI. Instead of FE, he has TI, introverted thinking. And so I thought maybe that's what I am. Actually, what I am is something that in the objective personality typing system, they refer to as a glass lizard. So I have the vertebra of one type, but the skin and the body of a different type. I very much seem like an IJ when in actuality, I am an ENFP. Now, I made a longer video about my experience getting typed in the objective personality system that you might want to watch. Or you might not. It's really long and rambling, but it's just sort of very raw and how I felt coming to terms with being an ENFP. But just to sum it up briefly, I'll let you know that it's been a little bit draining coming to terms with it. And I think it's partially because I see ENFPs as being like really fun and colorful and people love ENFPs, right? They're so lovable. But I am a fucking nightmare. I am a rigid, controlling, just crazy, habitual person. And so I want to be fun and go with the flow and flexible and easy and colorful. I suppose that sometimes I am. When I'm really relaxed and I'm in my element, I can be those things. But overall, I'm just so rigid, so habitual, so attached to my routine, so averse to trying new things and going new places and getting out of my comfort zone of my daily routine. But I am open to new concepts. I like new concepts. I have a very rich inner abstract world. That's one of the favorite things about me. I love my imagination and that intuition. Very rich inner world. So that's cool. And then I'm doing some things that other ENFPs struggle with. So not all of them, but some of them. I'm not flaky at all. Some ENFPs are flaky. I'm organized, I'm on time. I have really good self-control. I can create habits and stick to them. I've heard that some ENFPs struggle with that. The reason that I can do that is because I have this double activated masculine SI. It's a demon. It's tiny little SI, but it's double activated and it's masculine. And that is what is making me seem like an IJ. And it's a good thing when it helps me be more effective in life because I can organize better than some ENFPs. But it's a bad thing when it makes me like really way too rigid and way too controlling about things in the physical world, needing things to be just a certain way. So it's going to take me a while to process. I'm still processing. I've been dealing with this new information for just about 4 days now. So those of you in the objective personality typing community, you'll know what I'm talking about. Everyone else, this might not make a whole lot of sense, but I'll put in the image here of my actual typing results so you can have a look. So that's my story.